Hiya, in this video I'll be showing you how to crochet a granny square. So this can be used in loads of different projects. The most basic one would be to make a granny square blanket. You can use it for loads of projects. So to start off with, you're going to make a slip knot in your yarn. So I'm just using DK yarn here and a 4mm hook. And then I'm going to chain 4. So I'm going to grab the yarn with the hook, put it through the first hoop. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Then I'm going to put the hook through that first stitch. I'm going to put it through there to create a hoop. And then we're going to grab the yarn with the hook and bring it through both hoops that's on the hook. And this creates a little hoop. And we want to start going through the middle when we do the stitches. So we're just going to chain 3, and this is going to be classed as our first double crochet, because that's what we're going to be doing now. We're going to be doing double crochets. So you wrap the yarn around, go through the middle of that hoop that you made, look right through the middle of that bit there, and then you want to grab the yarn, pull it through. So you've got 3 hoops on there, then you grab the yarn, pull it through 2 hoops, and then grab the yarn and pull it through the other hoop. And while you're doing this, keep the tail bit that you started with like to one side, and then you're crocheting that in at the same time. So we're going to do this twice, and that creates like a little shell. So it's like each shell is made of like 3 double crochets, but because we chained 3 that on that first one, that counts as the first crochet. Then we're going to chain 2 to make a corner, and now we're going to do the double crochet again 3 times. So we're going to do that. Total, you want to make like 4 shells worth of 3 double crochets, and in between both each one you want to chain 2, and this will start the basic square shape, and this will be round 1 of the granny square. So once you do each one, chain 2, then go back and do 3 double crochets. It might be a bit tight in the circle, but if you just shuffle the stitches around, if it gets too tight, it makes some more space for the rest of the stitches that you need. You can like use bigger hooks as well to make it a bit more loose. So depending on what kind of look you're going for, depends on what kind of hook you want. You don't actually have to use the hook that they recommend with a certain yarn. Bigger hoop, the looser it will be. So if you're making a nice soft loose blanket, you might want to use a slightly bigger hook. So when you've done the last one, so you've got 4 little shells, you chain stitch 2, and then you attach it to the corner stitch. So you go like through the middle of the stitch. You want to go right through the middle of that, grab the yarn, pull it through both hoops that are on your hook like this. Then I'm going to chain 3, and we're going to start on the next row. So I'll flip this over, and now I'm going to start on the corner of the next row. So I'm going to double crochet again. That first 3 will be the first double crochet. The chain 3 will always be the double crochet on the first bit. So we're creating the corner on the second row. So you want to do another 2 double crochets, and then we're going to chain it 2 to make the corner, and then we're going to go in that same hole and do another double crochet 3 times. There is slightly different ways of doing this. You just got to find your own way of how you feel comfortable making it, because some people do not flip it, but I find if you flip it in the between each row, it creates a nicer square, whereas sometimes it can be a bit skew-whiffed and like be a bit lopsided. So this is just the way I found to be easiest for me. Okay, so once you've done that corner, you're then going to go into the other hole on the other side and then start doing 3 double crochets again. You can add a chain stitch in between these two. Again, it'll make it just slightly looser. But in this project, I'm not doing that, I'm just going straight into the next one. So once you've done 3, you want to chain 2 again for the corner. And then we're turning and going in that same hole, and we're doing another 3 double crochets. That's all you're doing, you're double crocheting and you're chain stitching all the way around. So once you get to the end here, again, you want to go through the corner stitch. And now, because we're on row 3, we're going to be starting on the side, not the corner. And hopefully you'll see what I mean in a second. So you just finish it the same way as you did the first row. Chain 3, flip it, and now you see we're in the middle. Now these middle ones, the middle holes at the side, you're just going to do one load of 3 double crochet, and the corners you're going to do 2 to make the corners. So each of these side ones, you just do double crochet 3 times, with the exception of this first one. Remember, the chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. So you do 2 more in this one to create the little shell kind of pattern. And now we're going to go into the corner one, and we're going to do the double crochet, and another double crochet, and then again chain 2 to turn the corner, and then make another shell in the same hole. So each corner will have 2 of the sets of 3 double crochet, and each hole along the side in between them will only have 1 set. And you just keep doing this row after row after row. It doesn't change now, you just keep going. You can change colour as well. I'm going to make another one where you change colour each row. But like I say, you can use these to make bags. I'm actually at the moment making a granny square cardigan, so if you want to see that, I can make a tutorial. I can film it as I'm doing it and show you how I'm doing that. But like I say, there's so many different ways to make this. Some people, like I say, some people don't flip it. It might be easier for you if you're just starting out to try it, maybe not flipping it. You might not get quite confused. But like I say, it tends to come out a nicer square if you tend to flip it. And some people also go up on the corner. So when they finish a row, the next row starts on the corner, every row. But I've found out, or for me anyway, one of the corners always ends up looking lopsided. And I don't like the look of that. That's why I tend to chain up on the side. So when you've finished, you just pull a yarn through like you're going up again. Then you just chain 1. You cut the yarn. And just pull that straight through. Pull it nice and tight, and then it creates a knot on itself. And then you can just sew that in and hide it somewhere. The tail. Then you just cut off the excess, and that's it, you're done. It's ready to use in projects. You can, seriously, so many things you can make with a granny square. So just gonna snip this up, clean it up, and that's it. You got your perfectly square granny square. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!